Ready. Play.
Comfortable wins today for Iga Swiatek and so Iga Swiatek won comfortably straight. Yeah, all straight sets results on the women's side, with Pegula, Anisimova, Rybakina, and Swiatek winning their matches in straights. As I said, an unremarkable tournament has yet to really take off. I think Swiatek as well, maybe benefiting from Osaka's, what I thought was a sluggish performance in the first round from Osaka, and then it appeared that she was carrying this injury throughout, so that probably explained it. But still, Osaka withdrawing before playing Inglis then gives Swiatek the chance to play Inglis rather than Naomi. But now is when it gets interesting for Iga, because she's going to be running into a pretty in-form Elena Rybakina. Now, if we go back to the WTA finals all the way until now, I'm going to guess that she may have lost one match, maybe in Brisbane, and that's about it since then. So, yes. And, of course, Rybakina I think she beat Iga at that WTA finals, I think.
She did.
Yeah. So, and she's got a healthy.
But it was indoors. It was indoors.
It was indoors, of course. Yeah, I know. And actually, I'm a bit like Gil Gross. I don't put a huge amount of stock into back ends of seasons. We've seen Rafa not do great during that period and then win 2 or 3 slams the next year, you know. So, yeah. And same with Carlos to some extent. So, yeah. But Rybakina has done some damage to Iga in the past. And I just think that one thing about Rybakina over this last 3 months is something that lack of solidity in terms of results, but also performances from her. And it doesn't seem to be an issue. Even if she loses to Iga, even if it's in straights, it's at least she's not had oh my goodness, Rybakina is about to go out. You know, you're busy watching a 5-setter, you know, between, I don't know, Giron and Botic. And suddenly you're taking you off the ball and Rybakina's taking her off the ball as well and she's out. Do you know what I mean? When you're busy watching slams. But she's not had that to this time in Australia. And I didn't think she would. And now she's set up this match with Iga.
Yeah. One key for Rybakina to be successful against Iga, she needs to get her first serve percentage high, and she needs to probably get, again, an average speed of around 180 kilometers, you know, and I think that's like 115, 114 in miles for those in the United States. But Swiatek can have trouble against people or against shots that are coming at her fast, especially on her forehand, flat, fast, which Rybakina has. She has that she has that weapon in her pocket. She can use it, and she can either use it during the rallies, or of course she can do it with her serve. And her first serve is one of the better first serves in the WTA Tour, as we all know. But she's been so far winning above 70% of her first serve points. Rybakina has, and she's played some matches where her first serve was in this 175 average speed area, and a couple of matches where it was in the 180. I think she needs to keep that 180 and get a good 70% of her first serves in, and I believe then she has a good chance to beat Swiatek. because her second serve, in my opinion, Rybakina's second serve is a liability against a player like Swiatek. Her second serve drops a lot, and against Swiatek, who can take returns early inside the court and start banging one shot after another and take charge, that's a dangerous spot to be in if you don't have if you have to rely on your second serves. And as good as Rybakina's first serve is, her second serve, in my opinion, is insufficient at this point to rely on to win points against elite players like Swiatek. But Rybakina is playing well. So far, I watched 3 of her matches, and I feel like this is one of the better matches, one of the better versions that Rybakina that we're seeing right here. She, against Gracheva, first set, she struggled a little bit, in my opinion, but the other 5-6 sets that I watched, she was clicking on all cylinders. Her backhand is really working wonders. She's taking the balls early. She's a tall girl, of course, and Swiatek will hit those shots that kind of bounce high to her favorite spot, to her favorite height, contact point height. And her backhand cross courts have been deadly so far in this tournament. And I think it's an underrated backhand, to be honest with you. You know, we talk about Anisimova's backhand, Swiatek's backhand as being some of the better backhands, Sabalenka, etc. Rybakina's backhand is a serious Scud missile, so to speak. And he can set up, and he can set it up down the line and cross court without really making it obvious to the opponent. When she hits that backhand down the line acceleration, it doesn't look much different than the cross court acceleration. Normally, with some players, you can tell they let the ball get a little bit past them to go down the line, or they set up their feet to where they're more next to the ball rather than hitting it in front to go down the line. But Rybakina, because of her grip and various technical issues that we won't get into here, she's able to hide that well. In other words, she's got a set-up backhand to hit. You can't really tell if she's going to go cross court or down the line. And she has that shot that we just talked about during the Ben Shelton conversation. She has that sharp cross-court backhand that can put you outside the court. And I feel like if she gets that shot rolling, Iga Swiatek is going to be in a world of trouble. So I'm actually going to go with Rybakina here in this matchup. On paper, upset. And I'm going with Rybakina 52 to 48%.
Yeah, I'm going with Rybakina as well. Similar percentage. Funny enough, the way we've started the conversation, I wasn't sure which way you were going. In fact, I was almost thinking you might be talking me or others into an Iga one. But actually, the more you developed and the more you made your point, the more I started to realize you were going to go for Rybakina. And I'm the same, but I'm also just going to throw in one more thing, which is that at least Rybakina has got some, what's the word, pedigree at this tournament, made the final in 2023, hasn't really done as well since then, but she's made a final. Iga's not made a final. It's just something for Rybakina to lean on that she doesn't have, for example, in New York. She doesn't have, of course, at the French Open, but it's one of these quirky things. Sometimes we just see players do much better in Australia than they do in New York, despite them both being Grand Slams and both being on a hard court. So I think she's got that pedigree. Now, Iga's got a similar pedigree. She's not made a final, but, you know, semifinals have been there before for her. So it's not like, but she's still got this career Grand Slam pressure, if you like, I think, because I think she's got the Wimbledon thing out the way, which I think is huge for her legacy.
Yes.
Massive for her legacy. I mean, obviously having the US Open as well helps, but, you know, the career Grand Slam. So I don't know. I don't see Iga winning this tournament, but it's also probably because the next 3 matches are just going to be mega, mega tough for
Brutal.
her. And Rybakina has also got the experience and pedigree of saying, I can beat Iga. I can play my best and Iga can play her best and I win that match. Do you know what I mean? On a hard court in Australia. I think, I mean, she's actually beaten Iga before in Australia, I think.
In 2023, yes, it's true. But Iga has had the upper hand on hard court encounters between the two since then.
Fair enough,
so
yeah.
It's not that clear cut for Rybakina. If you just look at the head-to-head, the record, I think Iga actually has the upper hand on hard courts. But yes, it's true that the one hard court win that Rybakina had over Swiatek is a significant one in 2023 at the Australian Open. Another question mark for Iga also is her second serve, because Rybakina is going to step in and hit that second serve. Iga needs to go for more slice second serves that keeping the ball low, which she doesn't like to do. She prefers a heavy kick on the second serves, and Rybakina can jump on top of that. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong for Iga Swiatek, even though she's on paper the favorite to win this match. And if it was, once again, this was going to be a situation where the heat index is high and they go indoors, I would go with Rybakina actually, 55-45. But it's not. I don't think that's going to be the case because they're not playing tomorrow. They're playing Wednesday. There's a chance that tomorrow it may go indoors, but not on Wednesday.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready. Play.
Comfortable wins today for Iga Swiatek and so Iga Swiatek won comfortably straight. Yeah, all straight sets results on the women's side, with Pegula, Anisimova, Rybakina, and Swiatek winning their matches in straights. As I said, an unremarkable tournament has yet to really take off. I think Swiatek as well, maybe benefiting from Osaka's, what I thought was a sluggish performance in the first round from Osaka, and then it appeared that she was carrying this injury throughout, so that probably explained it. But still, Osaka withdrawing before playing English then gives Swiatek the chance to play English rather than Naomi. But now is when it gets interesting for Iga, because she's going to be running into a pretty in-form Elena Rybakina. Now, if we go back to the WTA finals all the way until now, I'm going to guess that she may have lost one match, maybe in Brisbane, and that's about it since then. So, yes. And, of course, Rybakina I think she beat Iga at that WTA finals, I think.
She did.
Yeah. So, and she's got a healthy.
But it was indoors. It was indoors.
It was indoors, of course. Yeah, I know. And actually, I'm a bit like Gil Gross. I don't put a huge amount of stock into back ends of seasons. We've seen Rafa not do great during that period and then win 2 or 3 slams the next year, you know. So, yeah. And same with Carlos to some extent. So, yeah. But Rybakina has done some damage to Iga in the past. And I just think that one thing about Rybakina over this last 3 months is something that lack of solidity in terms of results, but also performances from her. And it doesn't seem to be an issue. Even if she loses to Iga, even if it's in straights, it's at least she's not had oh my goodness, Rybakina is about to go out. You know, you're busy watching a 5-setter, you know, between, I don't know, Giron and Botic. And suddenly you're taking you off the ball and Rybakina's taking her off the ball as well. And she's out. Do you know what I mean? When you're busy watching slams. But she's not had that to this time in Australia. And I didn't think she would. And now she's set up this match with Iga.
Yeah. One key for Rybakina to be successful against Iga, she needs to get her first serve percentage high, and she needs to probably get, again, an average speed of around 180 kilometers, you know, and I think that's like 115, 114 in miles for those in the United States. But Swiatek can have trouble against people or against shots that are coming at her fast, especially on her forehand, flat, fast, which Rybakina has. She has that. She has that weapon in her pocket. She can use it, and she can either use it during the rallies, or of course she can do it with her serve. And her first serve is one of the better first serves in the WTA Tour, as we all know. But she's been so far winning above 70% of her first serve points. Rybakina has, and she's played some matches where her first serve was in this 175 average speed area, and a couple of matches where it was in the 180. I think she needs to keep that 180 and get a good 70% of her first serves in, and I believe then she has a good chance to beat Swiatek, because her second serve, in my opinion, Rybakina's second serve is a liability against a player like Swiatek. Her second serve drops a lot. And against Swiatek, who can take returns early inside the court and start banging one shot after another and take charge, that's a dangerous spot to be in if you don't have
Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to wherever you are in the world. Today we are covering the third women's semi-final of this year's Australian Open between Elena Rybakina and Iga Swiatek. We have just got started. Iga currently 15-30 up, looking to break immediately of the Rybakina serve. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Hi, Sports. I said on Twitter earlier that Rybakina in 3. Hey, Jake, how you doing? But Iga has 2 break points here immediately. Change of background for me today, as I'm back at university. So I'm hoping this doesn't go too late, because I have a 3-hour drive in the morning. But then again, I'm hoping more for a good match instead of it not going late. So Iga with 2 break points here. Sport, what's your prediction? I've only said Rybakina in 3 because I have her getting into my final. So, but I also had Goff getting in the final, and that didn't go well, did it? So, yeah. If you're in the chat, feel free to drop a hey or any questions or queries you have. Rybakina misses that first serve, so Iga has a second serve to look at on breakpoint. I'm expecting she'll step in on this. Up goes the ball toss. She does. And Rybakina goes long. So Iga starts in the perfect way possible with the break in at the start of set 1. Just thinking about, I didn't actually watch the Goff match last night, but obviously there was the whole the racket smash, and she called for more privacy afterwards, and I actually kind of agree with her. I don't think it was a moment that needs to be shared. Her smashing. She was clearly frustrated after the match. She doesn't. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be publicized in that way. It felt a little bit unfair for Goff. That's just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, feel free to let me know. Jake usually has a different opinion to me, so feel free to drop that in the chat, Jake. Yes, absolutely. As our producer says, or my producer says, put your predictions in the chat. I'd love to hear from all of you watching. Yeah, should be a good one. So Iga, I actually don't know the temperature today. I don't think it's as hot as it was yesterday. It was roasting hot yesterday. But Iga staring directly into the sun. Looks like that she serves at 1 love. Just doing a couple ball tosses just to see where she's looking as she tosses up. Iga finds that depth on the forehand, comes in for the drive volley. Rybakina again puts up the lob. And Iga just about puts away the smash. Yeah, Rybakina staying in the point for longer than Iga would have liked there, but gets it done in the end. Biggest question about Iga this tournament is, can she complete the career slam? Obviously has those four Roland Garros titles, one US, and then that one at Wimbledon, famously the Love and Love versus Anisimova last year. So this is the last box that she needs to tick for her to complete the Grand Slam. Let's go, Amanda. You have Amanda winning, don't you, Jake? I'm pretty sure I've been on a stream where you've said that. Nice backhand return from Rybakina. Forces Iga to go wide. 15-0. I could potentially see quite a lot of breaks in this matchup. Just feel as though Iga can be very vulnerable on second serve sometimes, especially with someone that returns as big as Rybakina. Oh, but Saba wins the tournament. Okay. I mean, 2 slams in a row is not crazy. It's absolutely on the cards. Sabalenka Imperious last night versus Jovic. Rybakina pulls that forehand wide. It was fascinating to see how Jovic matched up against Sabalenka. And it's obviously super early in her career that you feel as though that with time, the matchup will become more competitive. But plainly due to, experience on a big court, felt as though it was a step too far. Maybe somewhat it's tricky to tell because we actually have a very the draw that is left is the top 6 seeds that are left for the first time, both men and women since 1978. I think I saw it on Vanches. 1978 Australian Open, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it was 1998 was the last Australian Open in the women's side where there were top 6 seeds left. I think it was, so just a bit ridiculous that they've been that consistent. Obviously, Goff is out now, but Rybakina with a breakback point here. Strong return into the Iga backhand, and Iga pushes it wide. So, chance for Rybakina to hit straight back. Again, if you are watching, feel free to say hi. I'd love to hear from any of you. The little birdie told me Silky's on the tee. Silky's, he's just, it's another late one for him, I assume. So, Rybakina lands that return on the baseline, but Iga somehow deals with it. That's an excellent return from Iga after a brilliant return from Rybakina. So we are at deuce now. Yeah, definitely. Iga's probably got the most attackable serve in the top 5, I'd say. Yeah, second serve especially. There are definitely matchups that you see Iga, losing because of her second serve. She doesn't make enough firsts, and it's damaging for her. She hasn't made that many firsts in this game, but still looking to scrape away for 2-love. Up goes the ball toss into the Rybakina backhand. Cross court backhand rally. My word, Rybakina just unleashing. It's the setup is so early on the backhand side, and she can manipulate it so well, whether it's going cross or a line. Find watchable in terms of I prefer Rybakina style. I find it very fascinating to watch her power off the ground. But in terms of like Iga's shows more and more emotion on court, and I also like her game. She's very positive. When she's winning, obviously, very positive, and I just feel like it's very even for me between these two. So I was very keen to get this one. Yeah, so Rybakina had that break point again, but just pulls it fractionally wide. But overall, I'd say Iga's ever so slightly more watchable because she brings more personality to the court. And I like to see like a well-rounded sort of approach, not just the tennis side of it. But in terms of purely game style, I'd probably say Rybakina. Mainly because I just think it's fascinating how she can, hit her way out of every situation. Which you do see on the men's side as well. Someone like Fonseca hits his way out of every situation, whether he makes it or not, especially on the forehand. He just fully goes for it when he's on the run or something like that. And it's fascinating when it comes off, but obviously can't come off every single time. Lovely drive volley from Rybakina. Finds another break point here to hit straight back. Should I find someone the most watchable? Yeah. Yeah, out of the top 5, I'd say Goff is my favourite to watch, then probably Amanda, then Saba, Swiatek, and is Pegula 5 now? Okay, so Rybakina hits straight back as Swiatek goes wide with a backhand down the line. Nice start to this one, as our producer says. Yeah, is it Pegula 5? I think. Oh no, it's Rybakina 5 now. I can't remember off the top of my head. I thought maybe Pegula's 6 actually, and Rybakina's 5. Okay, so 1-1 in this one. So restart. Yep, definitely sport. I'm thinking Pegula and Anasimova is probably the matchup of the night. Shelton versus Sinner is a non-starter for me, mainly because it's at night. If we had Shelton v Sinner first on, I'd be more interested to see. Everyone's saying that the tournament hasn't come alive yet. I feel as though we've just had the first week was fascinating for me. I just feel like the second week we haven't had that many, big like 5-setters or 3-setters yet. We've had some, it doesn't mean we haven't had good tennis, but it's been, Jake puts it well, it's been there or thereabouts, it hasn't been anything special. Shelton is our boy, indeed. I'm a big fan of Shelton. Just, I was talking earlier about personality on court. Shelton brings so much personality to court. Rebecca misses that first. Serving at love 15. I was just right. It's right in the slot. Yeah. Fernley and Bahrain. I also watched that. Fernley's an interesting one for me because he just needs matches for me at the moment. Just needs matches. For rhythm, really struggled for rhythm in the last 4 months or so. Yeah, not a great game from Rybakina here. She has love 40 now. Feel as though it's just the returning's been really good. Yeah, exactly. So, sorry, as our producer says, I feel like I have to remember it's not translatable for what I just see. Yeah, Iga stepping in on every return as Rybakina hits an ace out wide. Stepping on every return, especially the backhand cross-court return. A really, really excellent from Iga. Completely sets Elena back in the rally. Even if we're looking at a first serve, she often finds it cross-court and finds the line 85% of the time. Okay, another second serve here. Oh, hey, Ghosty. How's it going? Okay, right. Ghosty, who do you have in this one? Iga with a big forehand return, but goes wide. Okay, so last break point for her to save in this third game. Yeah, neither player. Well, so Rybakina hasn't quite found that first serve yet. Likes to go T, but keeps going. Hasn't quite found it. It's going long. Iga puts her hands out, looks unhappy with something. Maybe she wasn't fully ready. It's bang on the line, so all 3 break points saved. Back to Juice. And we're now at game point for Rybakina for a great hold. Was originally had a poor start to the game and then found her first serve, as I said. Was it Gil Gross that actually said that that's a myth, Ghosty? You don't actually have to play to the pace of the server. It's just a myth. Double fault from Rybakina. Back to Juice. Maybe this is Amanda's year. I don't know. I know. I definitely think she'll win a slam this year for sure. I think there's a high chance we actually have 4. Again, we have 4 different winners. If Amanda wins this one, I think there's a high chance we have 4 different winners. Hi, Tamara. How's it going? Rybakina cool, calm, collected. Plus, she knows she could be eager. She has the edge. Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I have Rybakina in 3 in this one, but if Iga can find that second serve return, as well as she has been, but we have another game point for Rybakina. Sorry if I'm quieter. I live with 2 other people that are trying to sleep. So, you know. Yes, please, Tamara, if you are new here, please hit subscribe, please hit like. We are more than happy to welcome you to the Talking Tennis community. Ghosty, where's Nerlan? I haven't heard from him in a while. You're making me start to believe that you're actually the same person. So Iga goes long, and Rybakina saves 3 break points for 1-2 in this first set. It's been an excellent start. Nice start for these 2. I mean, it does look pretty hot in Melbourne today, but I don't think it's nearly as hot as previous days. Absolutely, sport. Big hold from low 40. Audible questions. Yeah. Well, you know, you will also have odd questions from time to time. If the forehand goes awry for Rybakina today, then yeah, they traded breaks. Yep. And realistically, Iga could have. She had a really big chance to break it at 40-15. The point, she was very much in it, but made an unforced error, went long. So yeah, Rybakina holds from low 40, but not too bad. Just thinking if the semi-final would be semi-final would be Svitolina, wouldn't it? Yeah. No, it wouldn't. No, Svitolina has Sabalenka. I'm just trying to remember, but I don't have anything to double check. Can my producer tell me? Because I can't remember. Oh, no. I'm pretty sure whoever wins this has Anisimova or Pegula. Great start from Iga in this game. Finds the backhand cross-court winner. No, I'm just checking that the winner of this has Anisimova or Pegula in the semi-final. Just wanted to double check. Yeah, okay. Thought so. With the WTA top 10. Oh, too good. Yeah. The slice, I mean, Swiatek pulled Rybakina way out of position, as she's been doing for the whole of this match. I know it's early on, but still, with the backhand cross court. And the backhand slice down the line from Rybakina was unreal, but Iga did so well, whip the forehand away. If you're on a plane with a WTA tournament crashed. Yeah, I'm not answering that, Ghosty. I'm not here to get controversial. I'm here to give my opinions on actual tennis, not if I was in a plane crash with the WTA top 10. Rybakina nets off the forehand return on the second serve, so Iga has 40 love and 3 points to make it 2-all. Easiest hold of the match so far. Yeah, and for sure, this has all the ingredients to be a really good match. Good counter-punching from Rybakina. Iga pulls it the forehand wide, 40-15. Thanks for subbing tomorrow. It's good to have you with us. Opinion on his ceiling. Oh, sorry, I missed this question actually, Jake. Opinion on his ceiling. You talk about Jacob Fernley. Let's just watch the. I'll wait till the end of the game. As Swiatek missed the forehand cross court as well. Okay, so 40-30. Hello, Terry. How are we doing? So Iga's still trying to close this game out. Missed that first serve. I wonder if Rebecca is really going to step in, whether she's going to go cross the line. Iga goes up with the ball toss. Oh, she went big, but she missed down the line. So 2-all. Jake, in terms of Fernley's ceiling, for me, he has a lot of good things in his game that would suggest a top 30 player is there. The forehand it's an odd technique, but it's very effective when it works. Super heavy topspin. The rotation, the work he puts on the ball is really big. The backhand is super compact, as in if you look at the swing, there's almost no rotation over the ball. But how he swings through the ball creates that rotation. Just watching this point. Rybakina goes long off the forehand. So it's super punchy, but it's super flat as well. Doesn't variate heights over the net, which I actually kind of like. It can be pretty tricky to deal with because he still manages to put lots of power on it. The serve is probably the biggest thing to work on. I talk about and consistency. So ceiling, probably top 30 player, I'd say. And, probably good all quarter, actually. We know he can do it on the grass. Obviously lost to Fonseca first round in Wimbledon last year, but nicked to set up Djokovic and probably could have made it, a 5-setter, had those 2 break points at 4-3 in the fourth. But yeah, and the clay has his biggest career win on the clay. So yeah, it's just my thoughts, Jake. I'm really hoping you were still watching, because if you weren't and I just said all that, I would have been worth it. Double fault from Rebecca, and she seems unhappy about something. Maybe the sun. Yeah, second double fault for Elena. So another hole for Rybakina to get out of, but she does nicely with the first serve out wide. No swing there from Iga, just try to punch it back, but no joy. 30-all. Misses that first serve again. First serve hasn't been landing as of yet for Iga. Oh, Iga tries to go big on the second serve return again, but pulls it wide. So a point here for 2-3 Rybakina. Again, hasn't had to do too much in this game, but Iga giving her the chance to pull ahead once again. Again, if you're in chat, say hi. If you're watching, come say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Everyone, give me your predictions. Terry, what's your prediction for this match? Curious to know. Iga steps in again, and it's excellent defense from Rybakina. She punches that backhand long. Sorry, not long, deep into the court, and Iga misses on the forehand. So Rybakina holds for 2-3 and pulls ahead in this first set. Yeah, hasn't quite found. I mean, the return's been a bit hit and miss so far. Terry's an Iga fan. Is she? I assume Terry will. Yeah, there you go. She is an Iga fan. Do you have Iga winning this? Well, I assume you do. Yeah, 33% first serve for Elena isn't a great number to start things off. Yeah, 100% has got to approve. Definitely has the edge. Yeah, this is definitely is definitely an advantage for Rybakina. You'd say clay is obviously, Swiatek's surface. Apart from, that one match in Rome. Is that her only win over Iga on a clay court? That win in Rome, I think, in, what was it, 23? I still got 24 as well. Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah. Memory not serving me well there. Iga serving at 2-3. Goes along off. Yeah, it's definitely different in Stuttgart with the indoor conditions. Sorry. Iga goes long on that backhand. So Rybakina in this Iga service game. Yes, this is the only slam Iga hasn't won. She has 4 in Roland Garros, 1 in Wimbledon, 1 in the US. Oh, it's a great backhand down the line. Oh, and it's a great backhand cross court from Iga. Yeah, plays the point so well, hitting into the open space. I know she was injured in Rome, but it still counts as her only. Is it still goes down as a defeat for? In that sense, talking purely on numbers, not taking injury into account. 15-all. Good serve down the tee. Yeah, so she's going for the career slam. Her and Carlos both going for the career slam. Obviously, other winners of the Australian Open left Sabalenka. Keys was obviously knocked out in the quarters. So, it's the only 2 on the women's side, pretty sure. Rybakina's only slam coming at Wimbledon. Big backhand. Oh, she nailed it. She has nailed it. That's a hell of a backhand from Rybakina. Cross court lands it right in the corner. Good defense initially from Iga on the forehand slice, but Rybakina now in with a half chance. 136 kilometers per hour, that backhand. Yeah, Carl's going for the youngest ever career son. Just 22, which is a bit scary. So big point here, 30-all. Finds that first serve. It's an ace down the tee from Swiatek. Looked like it must have skidded through. Rybakina looked a little confused that it wasn't called out, but then again, game point for Swiatek for 3-all. That first serve. Again, if you're just joining us, we are covering Rybakina versus Swiatek, the third women's semi-final, third women's quarterfinal of this year's Australian Open between Swiatek and Rybakina. Currently at 3-2 Rybakina. Finds that first serve. Oh, nearly from Rybakina with an incredible pass, but not to be clipped to the net tape. So 3-all. Danielle Collins here. There's that picture of. Well, she was doing some punditry work, wasn't she? Oh no, yeah, punditry work for this year's. Yeah, I'll tag Collins again if he quits. Say hi if you're watching in the chat. Would love to hear from all of you. And if you are watching and you aren't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the like button. Love to have you with us. So Rybakina serving at 3-all. Second serves. Oof. Rybakina gets down low and finds that backhand down the line winner. Excellent work. It looks like the bounce was a little bit dodgy. Really had to bend for this. But really good depth. Iga never going to get that. Over the highest point of the net was clinical. Finds that first serve. Needs to find more of those. Hasn't found enough first serves in this set so far. Wouldn't surprise me if this first set goes to a breaker. Feels almost on the cards in a sense. But, you know, we were talking earlier about how Iga has the most attackable serve in the top 5. So, you know, it's a brilliant return from Swiatek, but, you know, the essentially the 1-2 punch from Swiatek, from Rybakina, sorry, just too good. Finds the forehand down the line, but the serve had pulled her out of court position too well to get and scramble back. So yeah, very good from Rybakina. 40 love, 3 points for 4-3. Finds the drive volley, and Iga gets a racket to it, but can't put it back into play. So it's 4-3 to the Kazakhstani in this first set. Yeah, found some first serves in that game a lot better from Elena. Danimal left the mark on it, of course. Yes, been a good match so far. Kind of thinking that this first set could be crucial if it does go to a breaker. Feel as though if Rybakina could take the first sheet, there's a possibility she could get it done in straights. But then again, Yeah. Stats are actually pretty even, which makes sense, you know, one break each, and it's just Elena trying to find that first serve, really. Iga finding it more often than not, 68%. Both players 100% of the net. I think both of them maybe come to the net like twice, one time. Keyword there being almost ghosty. A couple of years ago, Noskova beat Iga, wasn't it? 2 years ago. And who was it that beat Iga in 24? That beat Elena in 24. It was the crazy tiebreak, wasn't it? Like 23-21. Come to me. Was it No, it wasn't Potapova. It was. Who was it? Anyway, Iga serving at 3-4. Yeah, I talked about this earlier, Ghosty. I just don't think it's necessary for them to show it. You know, Goff called for the privacy, but I do agree with them. Yeah, 2 first serve miss returns. Iga finding that first serve a lot more than Elena is, so making her life very easy for her. Daddy love. Miss that first serve. See if Elena steps in now. Again, if you're watching, say hi. Love to hear from you guys. Elena does find that return. Big forehands. Crunching the forehand at the moment. Iga tries to match and goes long. So Rybakina in this service game now. Unforced error ratio 10-10. Yeah, exactly. We talk about it all the time that Iga sometimes has problems when, you know, extreme with high pace on the ball, especially in the forehand, draws the errors. That's a prime example. Tries to go shot for shot with Elena and rushes, goes long. Rybakina with another big return. Okay, so Rybakina now very much in this service game. Feel as though she's 2 points away from essentially serving for this first set. So can Iga find a big first serve? No, she can't. Misses the first. I wonder how big Rybakina will go. Iga taking a bit more time, a few more ball tosses. Goes to the forehand, draws the error from Rybakina. Had her waiting a little longer. Feel as though I might have played a little bit. Broke the rhythm maybe a little bit of Elena. There's a chance there for Rybakina though. Now Swiatek with a point for 4-all. Yeah, I agree tomorrow. Should be a private moment for the players. Instead of, you know, exposing, you know, them being upset with their performance. Okay, so big first serve down the tee gives Iga 4-all. We have just reached 40 minutes in this first set. That doesn't surprise me that your pro racket smash, Ghosty. It sounds pretty standard. Well, I'm sure that won't be the last racket smash of this tournament. It will be the last racket smash of the tournament for Coco, though. So Rybakina is serving at 4-all. Iga misses that second serve. Return. Still Elena trying to find this first serve. Hasn't found it yet, but she's been getting by. Just the one break. They traded breaks at the start. Good return from Iga. Great scrambling at the moment, but that is too big from Rybakina. Huge forehand cross court right into the corner. I wouldn't say she knew there were cameras. I doubt she was thinking about it, really. She was more focused on what happened in the match, I would think, anyway. I doubt she was, focused that there would be, if she smashed a racket, that there'd be cameras. 30 love. Missed that first serve again. It's the only thing I'd say about, even I know she's getting through her service games, but when we get to a breaker, becomes more key to land those first serves. Oh, hi, Sean. I'll read your comment in a second, Sean. 2 secs. Oh, she guessed the right way. Smash for Iga. She still gets the right way, but not to be. 30-15. You would have calmed down by then. I don't think it's not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is now. Glad you're enjoying, Jake. Oh, you're enjoying a bit of cake. I wish I had a bit of cake. Rebecca is still not finding this first serve. What's Egan do with a second? Oh, she tries to get big and she misses on the forehand down the line. Tried to really pull Rebecca out of court position instead of giving herself a real look in the rally. 40-15. You feel as though Rebecca has got to be confident at 5-4 if she gets there that she can take this first. With how attackable Iga's serve can be, as Rebecca does hold for 5-4, does find that big first serve. Still serving at 38%, well, around 40%. With that first serve, but winning plenty behind it when she does land it. So yeah. Jake, I don't know whether you heard my I did answer your question, I just missed it originally. Yeah, your question about Fernley earlier. Hey Sean. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Feels like maybe middle to end of last year was the last time I heard from you. Yeah, not as hot today for sure in Melbourne. I mean, it was, what was it? It maxed out 112 Fahrenheit yesterday in Melbourne, I think. That was what I saw. Oh, you missed, okay. Yeah, it was like it maxed out 112 in Melbourne yesterday. I think that was what I saw on Ben Shelton's story. Jake, just talk about Fernley. I was just saying that the work he puts on the forehand is very good, as in the consistency isn't there yet, but when it will be, it'll be a huge weapon. I like how punchy his backhand is. Kind of, it doesn't really vary on height over the net and safety, but it kind of works, especially cross court over the lower part of the net. Serve's the biggest thing needs to work on with, especially that second. First is, fine for, someone that is, definitely for me, ceiling is probably top 30. But yeah, I think everything's there for a top 30 player. Just needs to find consistency. Definitely someone that, needs the consistency off the tour. And definitely an all-courter. Phil has his biggest win of his career by ranking on clay in Mahach in Madrid last year. So yeah, and obviously he's done it on the grass before, took a set off Djokovic, and yeah, hard court. So that's my answer, Jake. Okay, 15-love here. Iga serving to stay in this first set. Sean, I'm hoping so. Iga misses that first serve. Yes, the Cotswolds is a real place. Oh, Iga goes wide with a backhand. So 15-all. Rybakina now in this service game feel as though she's got to feel that she's, Iga doesn't make a couple first serves. She's very much in a position to take this first set. Iga again taking a little bit longer on serve, misses the first again. Okay, curious to see what Rybakina does with this, whether she just tries to, play with some margin. Goes big with the forehand return and goes long. So 30-15. Iga pulls ahead in this game once again. It's a mystical place, truly, again. The Cotswolds is very nice. I'm actually very close to the Cotswolds right now. Yeah, where I go to university. Iga serving a 30-15. Goes down the tee. Finds the return. Cross-court rally on the forehand. And Rybakina can't scramble that one back into play. So 2 points for 5-all for the poll. Again, if you're just joining us, feel free to drop a comment in the chat, say hi. Rybakina does have a name on her shoes. I think there are quite a few players that have a name on her shoes, or their shoes ghosty. This is that first serve. Rybakina is still trying to prolong this game, but instead goes long. Okay, so long with the forehand returns. So 5-all feels as though a breaker is pretty laid on at this point. But yeah, average rally length of 3.2 kind of shows everything. We've had, either it's winner or error with these two, especially Rybakina. Yeah, so Rybakina still yet to get going on serve. We know when she does that things get very, it flies by on serve for her because she's got one of the biggest first serves on the tour. As I say that, ace down the tee. That was quick as well. Such a smooth action. Third ace for Rybakina. Maybe she's just going to find the first serve at the right moment. Back-to-back aces. Ace number 4. There we go. This is exactly what she would have been hoping for, to at least force a tiebreaker. She guarantees herself at least a tiebreak if she comes through this game. Misses that first serve though. Iga not changed her court position yet. Steps onto the baseline, goes long with the backhand return. 40-love, very quick game, probably the quickest of the match so far. Again, if you're watching, feel free to drop something in the chat. Also, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Talking Tennis community. Lots of characters, as you'll see in the chat. Talk about you, Ghosty. Rybakina missed the first serve, goes up for the second. And that's way too good. So Rybakina holds to love with a backhand winner up the line, goes out wide with the first serve into the Iga backhand, and then, you know, switches on the first try. And that's highly impressive from the Kazakhstani. So 5-6 in this first set. So we're guaranteed at least a tiebreak if Iga can hold. You sense it tomorrow. I don't know. Iga's actually been serving relatively well so far, but Rybakina, with the first fist bump of the match for her, we know that she's not someone that shows a lot of emotion. Just have to see a Wimbledon win to get that, because it looked like she just won a round one match when she won Wimbledon. So Iga gonna have to come up to serve to go to a tiebreak. Yeah, pressure is on Iga to stay in the set. You're right, tomorrow. But would you rather serve to go into a tiebreak, or would you rather return to go into a tiebreak? As in, you have the opportunity to break for 7-5, or you have the confidence of you just served out, you know, a love service hold to then go into a breaker. It's all a mental thing, I think, anyway. But I think it's just personal preference. But you have to take that into account whether you want to serve or return first. So, you know. So, eager to serve to stay in this first set. Oh, guess the right way. Oh, just wide. Rybakina guessed the right way, stayed where she was. Swiatek tried to go for the inside-out forehand cross court when she was approaching to the net. Rybakina hits the backhand, but just goes wide down the line with the pass. So Iga ahead in this game. 15-love. Maybe say it was a half chance for Rybakina to get really set a tone for this game. Iga missed the first serve. Ghosty, I would put £10,000 that he's not in Sweden. Swindon, sorry, not Sweden. I don't think Ghosty would survive in Swindon. He'd be starstruck. Yeah, good inside-out forehand from Iga. Runs around that backhand. Has Rybakina on the defensive. Okay, so 2 points away from a tiebreak here. And then things get really interesting. Iga has served well in the pressure moments, you feel. Obviously, trader breaks at the start. Oh. Oh, bruising combination from Rybakina off both wings, pulling Iga around the court. She gets herself on the board in this game. I'd rather return to win it, yeah. Prediction 7-6 Rybakina. 3 points for Iga. Well, she needs to get out of this. She needs to get out of this game first. 30-15. Goes up with the serve, misses the first. What's Iga got? I've seen in previous games she takes a little bit longer with this Second serve again, goes up to serve and then goes back to bounce again. Will she miss this? Will Rybakina miss this return? No, she makes it. Oof, goes big. Okay. 30-all. Big forehand winner down the line from Rybakina. Okay. Second time we've had 30-all. We had as in the last 2 service games for Swiatek. If she doesn't make this first serve, actually, it's interesting to see where her return position will be. Misses the first serve. Okay, we had this exact situation at 5-4, or 4-5. Sorry. She'll take it. We know Iga will take a little bit longer. Again, goes, holds the ball with her racket, then bounces again. Rybakina, will she go big? Goes big on the forehand, but lands it nice and short. Okay, defensive lob from Swiatek instead of the smash. Okay, instead of the smash, she gave herself a lot of time, tried to go inside out forehand cross court, misses. So we have a set point. Iga will be disappointed with that miss. Elena with a chance to wrap this one up. It will wrap up the first set. Okay, set point. Can she find first serve? Can she find first serve? Iga goes up for the serve. Does miss down the tee. Okay. I'm wondering whether Rybakina goes big or she goes measured just to give herself a chance in this rally. Or whether Iga double faults. We'll see. Iga again goes, holds the racket, goes for another bounce. What's she got? It's a good second serve. Oh, it's well saved. Inside in forehand down the line. Okay, set point saved. Back to juice. If you're going to save a set point, you've got to do it well. It's how the best players play set points. Big. They play it big. Played with a nice bit of margin there, but yeah, good enough. Misses the first serve again. So fascinating to see Rybakina's return position and how it changes compared to the moment of the game. Second serve. Goes into the Rybakina forehand. Okay, Rybakina with a big return and Iga nets. So second set point here for Rybakina. Return speed at 140 kilometers per hour. And for my European listeners, watchers, it's about 85. So, second set point. No, she just misses. I thought she made an ace out wide. Okay. Big chance for Rybakina now. Iga taking a little longer as per. Where's Iga going to go? Goes into the backhand. Cross-court rally backhand. Still cross-court. That's great depth from Rybakina. Oh, Iga switches and misses into the net. Game and first set, Rybakina 7-5. Excellent quality first set. Enthralling, kind of feels as though that's, well, felt like a tiebreak was inevitable, but you know, Iga had 30 love in that game, you know, and from 30 love, kind of, you know, that was strange. Yeah, it's like Iga now regrets that love 40 game she had for Rybakina to go a break ahead at 1-all. Iga will go off to the bathroom. And just as Iga goes off to the bathroom, so will I. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win-win-win-win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid, but these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay.
Ready? Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a Talking Tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Okay, I am back. So, Elena Rybakina takes a big first set versus Iga Swiatek and takes a pretty ginormous step into the Australian Open semi-finals. Iga obviously never won this tournament before, and I believe semi-finals would be the furthest she's ever got at this tournament. Probably need some confirmation for that, but I think that is the case. Iga is having semis would match her furthest ever. Never made the final here. Obviously lost last year to Keys in the semi-final when Keys went on that very famous run of beating both Sabalenka and Swiatek in a tournament to win a slam, which was at the time just unheard of. Rybakina just practicing some serves as Iga's still having her break in the bathroom, but she is on her way back. Cameras have just shown her on the way back. So does Swiatek have a response, or does Rybakina close this out in straights? We will see very quickly as Iga returns to court. Let me know in chat whether you agree, whether you think that she is going to come back, is going to be a full turnaround from Iga, or whether Rybakina will get this done in straights, or whether we are going to 3 and Rybakina gets over the line once again. I said Rybakina in 3, and I kind of feel like it's fair to say, yeah. We tax them for cultural theft. Hey, Snell. I actually agree. I wouldn't say, yeah, first serve did disappear in the big moments, but throughout the first, it was actually quite good. As in, it was just in those big moments that it kind of crumbled. So Rybakina serving first in the second, wins the first point after an error on the forehand from Iga. Yeah, Rybakina winning 93% of that first serve when she got it in. She didn't have the highest first serve percentage, but when she got it in, it was very damaging. Elena will win this. Well, we know. Well, we know you think Elena will win this, but will she win this in 2 or 3? Snell, I don't think I've seen you in a long, long time. But it's good to have you back. Big return from Iga. 50-0. Yeah, crunching return. Iga's movement is second to none. It's arguably such a big part of her game that it's how she forces these huge returns and pulls them out, their opponent out of court position. You feel like so one of these two is going to win the tournament tomorrow. That was the week of the occasion, and the week just all pointed towards Mboko, didn't it? At that time, ace from Elena gives us 30-15. Just felt, it was one of those weeks where that one player was destined to win, a bit like Vacheron in Shanghai. True. Rybakina does have confidence from end of year finals. You make a good point, and it's 40-15, so 2 points for 7-5, love 1. And Boko does love a 3-setter, you're correct. Tomorrow, it's quite a big call to say that one of these two will win the tournament. 40-30. I feel as though Iga maybe going for the career slam might be I don't know. I feel like Sabalenka's been too imperious in the last, 6 months. Didn't get her slam until the US, yes, but did get it in the end. As Rybakina holds for love 1 in the second set. Serve starting to kick in now, but still, she seems to be getting by with, even if she's not making a lot of first serves, when she is making the first serve, it's highly effective. I just saw this stat that Rybakina will become the 3rd person since 2023 to win her last 8 meetings versus a top 10 player. I think that's right. That's what I was just been informed by the Australian Open coverage team. And both players too young, younger players don't know how to downshift. I wouldn't say so. I mean, what is younger players? Where's your cutoff for younger players? It's very variable. Yes, absolutely. Give us a follow on all socials. We're on Twitter and X, Instagram and X. So give us a follow on both of those. It will come up on the bottom of your screen, and we'd love for you to join us on those platforms. Always active on there. Double fault start for Swiatek in set 2. First double fault of the match. There you go. In the chat now is the link to our Twitter, so feel free to go drop us a follow there. Missed the first serve again. Rybakina could probably smell blood, I'd say, if she can, get to love 30 here. Iga again taking her time. Rybakina return cross court. And Iga pulls it wide. Okay, so love 30 here. Elena definitely looking to secure and cement herself in this match now. If you're just joining us, Elena Rybakina won the first set 7-5. Broke Swiatek right at the end of the set to take it. Quite a fascinating first set. First match of the day on Rod Laver. Again, Iga visibly frustrated with herself for missing that first serve. Looked as though she took a bit off it as well, possibly. But what will Rybakina do with this one? Runs around the forehand to hit a backhand. Iga puts a bit more height on the forehand. It's a bit of an extended rally going on here. Oh, but the switch is so good. Switch is so good. Switches down the line. It was quite a neutral rally, and Rybakina switches to a beautiful backhand down the line. It's 14th winner for Rybakina compared to Swiatek's 7. That 12-shot rally, very impressive from Rybakina. So she has 3 break points to start this set perfectly. Oh my word, what a return. Okay, so Rybakina absolutely crunches a forehand return, and it's a set and a break. 7-5 to love. I know that our producer would have liked that one. Okay, Iga just trying to pump herself up. Very similar. Every time she does that, it reminds me of the Keys match last year, where she was taking her time, really pumping herself up, and then Keys aced down the tee. So Rybakina serving to go 3-love up in this second set. Has started to find her form, but there's a great return from Swiatek. Not done yet. Iga needs to turn this around. Finds herself in an even bigger hole than the one she was in when she lost that first set. If you're watching, feel free to say hi. Love to hear from you guys in the chat. Make sure you follow us on all socials and subscribe, hit the like button, whatever you guys feel like doing. It's completely up to you, but we're just happy to have you. chip return from Iga, and it's simply put away by Rybakina down the line with the forehand. Oh, sorry. Yeah, clearly I missed something here. It seems that all of them come through, all of your messages come through at once in like spurts. Hello, Atuk. How you doing? Rebecca has just lost one match in the last 3 or 4 months. She's definitely sorry. Yeah, for sure. But you have to remember one of those months is December. So double fault from Rybakina. 15:30. So Swiatek in with a sniff of breaking straight back. Technically, Stan, Draper, and Monfils are younger players to old ones. That's not very kind. Let's cut John some slack. Yeah, for sure. Shows promising future players. And Boko Andreeva and Valentova as well. Okay. Andreev, I mean, it's crazy to think that Andreev has still been around for, 4 years, 3 or 4 years. Oh, catches Iga off guard, goes back in behind with the backhand. Could be a great rivalry in the future, and Boko Jovic, both very watchable. Should be interesting to see how that develops. Yeah, runs round to hit the forehand, goes inside out, cross court forehand, winner. Rybakina streaming winners off the racket, hitting so pure. I would like to see a Sabalenka Rybakina final. That would be something that I am definitely would be interested in. Ace down a tee to seal it for Rybakina. So 3-love in the second set, looking more and more like she will move into the semi-final, but Swiatek will not go down without a fight, I'm sure. Described Ghosty as a dinosaur. I actually have 0 frame of reference of how old Ghosty is, which is slightly scary. Because Ghosty has a frame of reference for how old I am. I always say this, but it's weird that if Ghosty passed me in the street, I would literally have no idea. So 3-love to the Kazakhstani in this second set. Won that first set 7-5. Broke Swiatek to win the set. And it was an excellent. I mean, she wasn't serving at her best by any means. She was winning a lot behind the first serve, but she wasn't making nearly enough first serves. But still, she did enough to get over the line and to force Swiatek to serve it out. When she didn't, she was there to pounce. So Iga will come back out to serve at love 3. But the power of book, oh my gosh. Yeah, that final. Sorry, tomorrow I'm just reading this comment. That final against Osaka in Canada was quite something, wasn't it? It was just. It's still. I mean, Osaka. She took that set, and it still felt like it was Mboko's title. She was there. It was set up for her. It's crazy how tennis works. People have these weeks where they play amazingly well. So Swiatek serving at love 3. Finds an ace at the tee. Good start. Is it Anasimova Pagula next on this court? And then it's Djokovic, Musetti, and Shelton. 15 love. Misses that first serve. Second serve here for Iga. Rybakina goes. It was a good return from Rybakina cross court, but Iga got down low and found the angle nicely, so which Rybakina couldn't deal with. So third love. Yeah, join Carson for the Pegula and Anisimova Watchalong. That'll be a good match. Great matchup between those two, especially big American clash. I actually had Pegula making my semifinals, and I'm pretty sure I had Pegula beating Anisimova. Like in my bracket, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see. I think I changed my mind on my tweet I did earlier. Iga goes long on the forehand again. Good example of, you know, when there's a lot of heat on the ball, especially on that forehand, she does sometimes overpress, goes long. It is a weakness in her game. She knows it's a weakness in her game, but you know, it's something that Rybakina looking to exploit. It's a wayward return from Rybakina. 40-15. So Iga looking to get on the board in set 2. You're picking Musetti for upset on ATP. So what, Musetti to beat Djokovic? Ace out wide for Swiatek gets her on the board in set 2. What do you mean, Terry? What's your name in the bracket? Iga Swiatek is 5-23 after losing the first set versus WTA top 10 opponents. And she's lost her last 6 matches. Oh, I actually have Goff winning, Terry, so it's not going to happen anymore, is it? Yes, Svitolina on fire last night. Yeah, so it's going to be a big performance from Iga if she wants to turn this one around. So it's 3-1, second set. Rybakina serving. Djokovic does not like playing the Italians there against him. Well, I believe the head-to-head is 9-1 against Musetti. So, yeah. Swiatek wins the first point on the Rybakina serve. So Snelly, I had Goff on the women's and I have Sinner on the men's. Obviously, Goff can't happen, but Sinner, you know. Okay, so love 30 here. A big chance for Iga to knock back in this second set. The Athens final was great, I agree. And I hope we have a match like that. That'd be great. So love 30. Bit of a hole for Rybakina now. Finds an ace at the tee though, so that will help. Again, apologies, I'm talking quite quietly. I share a house with 2 other people and it's currently 2 a.m. For me. So, yeah. Make Djokovic run. I'm sure he will, but I just feel Djokovic is in 5-set format is just so strong. Even at 38, it's a bit ridiculous. But again, you think about Wawrinka on his last year and Monfils last year on tour. You know, Wawrinka's 2 years older, Monfils 1 year older. You know, he's still here. No, they're my friends. They are not. Ghosty. Swiatek with a backhand error cross court, so Rybakina draws level at 30 all. If Rybakina can get out of this game, it'd be a real steal. Finds another ace up the tee. The serve is so big. It's so big. Pressure points 1, Rybakina 20, Swiatek 8. Just for 192 kilometers per hour. That is like 120, 115, 120, something like that. Oof, Iga with a crunching backhand winner down the line. Brings us to deuce. Big game this. Big game. Creating fatigue. Yeah, but how many times have you seen Djokovic look like he's absolutely done and then he somehow out of nowhere wins? It's been a a key part of his key feature of his career. It's another ace for Rybakina, this time out wide. Terry, do you have belief that Iga can turn this one around? So Rybakina with another game point and fights back-to-back aces for 4-1. I think that's 4 aces in the game from Rybakina, which is it's just ridiculous. She's serving so big. Still under 50% first serves, and yet she's serving that big. I think she's, into double figures with aces now. Excellently done. 4-1 in this second set. So Rybakina very much on top now. Feel as though 4-1 is a big margin for Iga to overcome. A set and 4-1 would be a hell of a comeback. But all comebacks have to start somewhere. But we'll see, yeah. That first set. Hello. Sorry. I am indeed back. My Wi-Fi just went, unfortunately, but I'm back. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so back to the tennis. Oh my god, what have I missed? Oh, Rybakina's got 2 break points for 5-1. I've just... Okay. Yes, 2 break points in the middle of this rally. Rybakina... Oh my god, it's an unreal backhand cross court. Iga very... Oh, she's not happy about this call. It's 99% out, but 100% in. Oh, it's absolutely perfect from Rybakina, catching the very outside of the line. She gets it and will serve for the match at 5-1 in this second set. Iga not happy whatsoever, but Rybakina serving for a place in the semi-finals. Yeah, that's as close as you can get, really, isn't it? Just the very outside of the line. Iga not happy at all. But the replay does actually show it probably does catch a bit of that line. Yeah, I mean, the drop, Iga was so quickly up to the drop shot. She was there in no time at all. Love 15. First drop shot I've seen in the match. Rybakina, Iga was already halfway up the court. Felt like it was a bit of a bailout in the point. Didn't prepare properly, but yeah. Iga with a fist bump. She's still up for this. Iga's not happy now. Possibility we could see a flurry of Iga winners. But Rybakina's been serving very big, so we'll see. Misses that first serve, though. Yeah, possibility. Sometimes players channel that anger very nicely into playing, but but she just missed a forehand return, so there you go. Here's Rybakina play next. She will either play Amanda Anisimova or Jessica Pegula if she wins, and that'll be semi-finals. So that semi-final is later. We are covering that on here. Carson will have that one for you. That will be, isn't the next one? I think it's the next one. Oh, Iga misses the forehand return on the second serve. Yeah, Iga fading in this match. (30-15). Big serve up the tee from Rybakina, and it will be 2 match points for Elena Rybakina. There is a possibility of Sabalenka Rybakina final, and I'm very much up for that. Okay, 2 match points for the Kazakhstani. What shall we do? What can she do? Ace up the tee to finish. A perfect way for Rybakina to finish. She beats Iga Swiatek 7-5, 6-1 to move through. A very, very clean performance from the 5th seed. Waving to the crowd now. I mean, very, very strong set 2. Iga faded, yes, and Rybakina's serve got nearly untouchable in the end, just with the hitting a spot so nicely. But yeah, just the power she holds off both wings is, when she lands it, it's untouchable, and she found so few really key unforced errors today that it was very impressive from Rybakina. Swiatek not at her best by any means, but definitely pinned down by the power of Rybakina, and felt as though she was just too good today. And maybe that's what Iga will say, that Rybakina was just too good today, couldn't really get a grip. And there were parts, how different does the match look if he takes one of those break points at love 41-all? Yeah, but you know, in the end, Rybakina way too strong in that second set. You know, Swiatek's serve went awry at 5-6 when serving to stay in the set again. And Rybakina locked down on return, you know, maybe took a little bit off and found the margin that she wanted to play with, and it was good enough to break and take that first set. And the first set always felt so crucial in these sorts of matchups. You know, I've seen Iga many times lose a tight first set and against a tough opponent, and in Rybakina, in a top 10 opponent, we know what happens. You know, she's now 5-24 when she lost the first set against a top 10 opponent. So Rybakina too good, and will face either Pegula or Anna Samova. And we are covering that later with Carson, so please tune in for that. At this time, I am done for tonight. Thank you all very much for tuning in. It was lovely to have you all in chat with me. I'll see you all very soon, and you know the drill.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.